Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. We're out here in the Avon Park Air Modelers Club. We're out here in the field because the wind is out of a hard 10 to 15 out of the due north, which is directly across the runway. So that makes it kind of hard to land on the runway. And so it makes it extremely hard. And I don't want to put my planes at risk. And I know I've gotten better at my crosswind runway landings, but I'm just giving up on it. Not today. It's just too strong. So, we're going to fly in the field. All right, this is a 50 millimeter Arrows T-33. Now with a T-33, unlike the other toss and boss that you can just chunk in the air, this one you do not give it full throttle. And you do have to launch this one. It is best to launch it underhanded, above you, like it's supposed to, from underneath. And then you give it about half throttle. Okay, because it has a lot of torque roll. If you toss this, if you launch this in full throttle, she's going to immediately start torquing to one side, and that's how this is considered the hardest one to hand launch of the Arrows 50 millimeters. So, half throttle into the wind. A little bit bigger of the 50 millimeter, a little bit bigger than the other ones.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Take it up. All right, we're going to turn back actually towards the road now. Full speed with the wind. All right.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Definitely wind is having its way with her. Let's go ahead and get you a landing and we'll take off again. About half throttle, about quarter throttle. Going to maintain at least quarter throttle, maybe a third throttle into the wind here. Back up to half. I got to get over that hump. All right.
Prop secured.
All right, we'll do self-level this time.
Stability mode.
All right, in their version, and the vector is the stabilization system, in their version of self-level or safe. Okay. Just want to take off and land like that. Out of the power. Remember, you don't have rudder. Out of the power completely, then a small amount of flare. All right.
Manual mode.
All right, this time we're going to take off and land in manual mode. No kind of stabilization help at all, just straight receiver. And I've got a 7-channel Lemon RX non-stabilized receiver. You would never put a gyroed or stabilized receiver in a plane that already has a stock gyro. You have to pick which do you want. This comes with a vector system. You pay for the vector system, so why spend the extra money on a gyroed receiver? Use one that just doesn't have any kind of gyro. All right.
Stabilize mode. Manual mode.
Manual mode, same deal. Into the wind, about half throttle.
Time remaining 1 minute.
Definitely a difference in how she feels as far as stability in this crazy wind. I'm a little high. But the plane handles it pretty good.
Seconds.
Out of the power completely. All right. All right. I'm back to their AS3X version, which they call stabilized mode or optimized mode, sometimes called dynamic mode. It just depends on which version you're getting. Both FMS, their reflex system, and the Vectra system are similar, and they use a lot of the same terminology.
Motors armed.
All right. All right, out of the power completely. Back into maybe an 8th power.
Timer expired. Prosecute.
Folks, we have an electronic filter and wind muffs on the mic. So if you can still hear the wind, that should give you an indication of just how strong this wind is. All right, we'll check the battery. We're going to fly it one more time, and then after that flight, and like I said, because the flights, the way the filming is, we may just combine it all into one film. Let me show you my placement. Got a 1500 RC Hackers all the way forward, just on the wooden tray. It's a 4S. Got a 7-channel Lemon RX right there with diversity antennas, and that green box right there is that Vectra system. Okay, all right. Now, people say you shouldn't fly these on 4Ss, but I've got all 5 of these Toss and Boss from Arrows. I've only flown them on 4S, and each one's got probably at least 100 or maybe 200 flights on each one. And I have never had a problem with overheating or any issue. 40% left, so really we could have flown the full 4 minutes, no problem. I'll probably reset the timer for 4 minutes. But let's change batteries, we'll be right back. All right, second flight, or well, combination flight. This is the Ace Maker 2 T-33 from Arrows, 50 millimeter. Take it up again. Remember, half throttle. Run a 4,000, running a 1500 4S RC Hackers. It's got, I think, an 86. That buzzard up there is like, what is going on with that thing? That's a bird flying, not flapping its wings.
You were right there on him too.
That's satanic. It's a devil. Yeah, it's so windy, folks. I mean, like I said, we got electronic filter plus a wind muff.
3 minutes.
And if you can still hear the wind, then that should tell you just how windy it is. So I'm not really going to be doing anything too crazy, because any recovery is going to also include strong wind against it. But something you had to be prepared for. All right, well, with the wind this time, that wind is just having its way with her. That poor little T-33 saying, "Daddy, why do you hate me?" Oh boy.
Prop secured.
All right.
Motors armed.
Let's just stay at it. I let that thing fly away from me at half throttle for about, what, 10, 15 feet, and then that's when I hit it. Because I've already established my flight, my glide, and my fingers are back on the sticks to react to any sudden change. I'll bring it by one time, then we'll come around for another landing. Good looking little plane. Like I said, that's in the Ace Maker 2. I don't know if that's considered the livery, but that's what the insignia is on the front. It's a legacy, Korean War era jet, legacy jet.
30 seconds.
All right.
Prop secured.
All right, before we take the battery out, let's go over the rates. If I can keep the plane. It's in my high rates the entire time. In fact, I only fly it in high rates. Only aileron and elevator. Aileron are 100% with 30% expo. An elevator is 100% with 30% expo also. Timer that time was set for 4 minutes at 25 seconds left. Prop is off. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have a prop, the motor's off. Get in the habit of always having your motor turned off. Show you my battery placement right there. I got the 1500 4S basically just shoved up underneath the front there. 7-channel Lemon RX, that's the vector system which handles the stabilization. Couldn't tell you where the CG is on this, I just know she flies well with the battery right there. It'll be in the description of the video. Take our battery out. Just another really good toss and boss plane and just a lot of fun to fly. 42% left, so I'm good with that. And I couldn't tell you how these little Arrows Toss and Boss fly in 3S. I've never flown them on 3S. I've only flown them on these 1500 milliamp RC Hackers, or I've got some 1300 milliamp 4Ss in Liperior. And that's all I've ever flown them in. I've never flown them in 3S. I couldn't tell you how they fly, but I've had absolutely no problem with overheating issues or at all. And even though I know they're not rated for it, but just a good, you don't have to break them down, you don't have to take them apart, just the perfect size, throw in the back of your car. On your lunch break, go down to a local field, fly around for a little bit. You know, just a great little toss and boss plane. All right, well, y'all have a good and God bless y'all. And don't forget, faith, family, and friends, Gabriel, thank you for filming for me. And that's the Arrows T-33 50mm, the Ace Maker 2. Bye, y'all.